So let's make sure we're taking notes. Some people are probably still eating, that's fine. Don't get distracted when people come in. When people come in and they sit down, here's what usually happens. People turn around. Stay focused. Okay, guys? And let's get through this. So number 6, how riches come to you. You cannot give every man more in cash market value than you take from him. But you can give him more in use value than the cash value that you're taking from him. For instance, it talks about the book. The paper, ink, and other materials that this book, that is in this book may not be worth the money that you paid for it. But if the idea suggested in it bring you thousands of dollars, you have not been wronged by those who sold it to you. You have been given a great use value for a small cash value. Does that make sense, guys? So you want to always make sure that you're giving value to people. So pretty much, in other words, in a very simple way is, don't do people wrong. Always do fair business. Now, eventually, do you guys know that there's some people that charge thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar? You guys know that, right? Yeah. Is that wrong or right? Right. Yeah, if the information that they're giving you is worth it, yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because the information, the use value of that information is worth more than the cash value that people are paying for. Like, one of my goals is I will become a inspirational, motivational, personal development coach in addition to other things that I do. Because I have a passion for it. And I'm getting better every day. And it's just a definite chief aim of mine. I remember when I was just a guy that I couldn't even get one person from my organization to show up to a Saturday training. Seriously.
I was there. Me too.
Yeah. No, before me you started working.
Me too.
I mean, I have people like getting to barely making it to training, if at all. So everything is possible, man. You know. Okay. Let's continue. You are to cause creation of the riches from the foreign substance, which permeates all your environment. It does not follow that they are to take shape from the atmosphere and come into being before your eyes. So it gives an example here. But if you want, for instance, a sewing machine, hold the mental image of it with the most positive certainty that it is being made. Hold in the mental image that that stuff is happening right now, that the universe is conspiring to give you the things that you want. It is being created. Remember, where are all those people going to come from? Doesn't matter. Wherever they're going to come from. So in this example, it's using a sewing machine. It doesn't matter. So have a certainty that it is being made or is on its way to you. After once forming the thought, have the most absolute, unquestioning faith that the sewing machine is coming. Never think of it or speak of it in any other way other than being sure to arrive. Claim it as yours. Okay? What you want, wants you. So when you claim it as yours, don't just say, yeah, that's mine and it's on its way. Like, even visualize it being created. For instance, let's say you got a car. Visualize it getting done. If it's like a Bentley that's created by hand, visualize people creating it somewhere. That material being made somewhere. If it's like a new Chevy, let's say, that's going through the conveyor belt or whatever it's called, visualize it. Somewhere that car is being made for me. Does that make sense? Yes. The VIN number is being written for my car. Notice the details that I'm insisting that we're talking about. Have the image that it's kind of like a little movie that you're playing in your mind, that the stuff that you want is being created. 7, gratitude. The whole process of mental adjustment is how do you pronounce that word?
Attunement.
Attunement? Atonement. Okay, we'll go with atonement. That sounds pretty legit. Atonement can be summed up in the word gratitude. First, you believe that there is an intelligent substance from which all things proceed. Second, you believe that this substance gives you everything you want. Third, you relate yourself by it by a feeling of deep and profound what? Gratitude. Gratitude is the fastest way and the shortest route for you to attract the things that you want. Not temporary gratitude, just like not temporary motivation. I tell people all the time, don't rely on somebody else to motivate you. What if they don't show up? Don't rely on somebody else to give you to produce gratitude for you. What if they don't show up? always gratitude, not temporary. Because here's the thing. Here's where the breakthrough. They got gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Then something happens. They forget. They're not in conscious competence or unconscious competence, and they stop. Then all your efforts were in vain. Remember, the law of gender. Everything happens in its time. Know it. That the thing that you want is coming to you in its due time. That means you got to have faith. Can we agree? You have to have faith. Many people who order their lives rightly in all other ways are kept from poverty by their lack of gratitude. Many people who order their lives rightly in all other ways, so they do everything right in all other ways, are kept in poverty by the lack of gratitude. Having received this gift from God, they cut the wires to connect them from Him by failing to make acknowledgement. It's like anything else, man. Imagine you own a company and you've got workers that are working for you, but they're always complaining. They're never grateful for the opportunity you've given to them. And you got other people that are. Who would you help first?
Who's grateful?
Yeah. So they're grateful. Because of their thoughts. So by thought it is brought to you. So with their thoughts and they're grateful. They're taking the action. You can get another guy that's taking action, but he's got a bad attitude. Yeah. He is not grateful. But this other guy's taking action just like that guy, and he is grateful. You'd help that guy, wouldn't you?
Yep.
That's how it works. You have to be grateful. Remember, I am so happy and grateful. Now that, fill in the blank. That is how we do our affirmations. I am so happy and grateful. There is a law of gratitude. It is absolutely necessary that you should observe the law if you are to get the results that you seek. So we want to have an attitude of gratitude. To permit your mind to dwell upon inferior is to become inferior and to surround yourself with inferior things. Don't let your mind dwell on things that are not what you want, because you cannot get anything if you're thinking about its opposite. On the other hand, to fix your attention to the best is to surround yourself with the best and to become what? To become what? The best. Exactly. Just to become the best. The creative power within us makes us into the image of that which we give our attention to. That's important I'm going to read it again. The creative power within us makes us into the image of that which we give our attention to. What we focus on grows. The images that go into our mind create our reality. Do not waste time thinking or talking about shortcomings or wrongdoings. Remember the example I talked about the people trying to top their bad stories? Don't waste your time with that. If you notice people, look guys, a personal experience I had. One of my mentors, and I'll get into that story, and Gallo knows who I'm talking about, a couple of people here know. When I was with the coffee company, one of my mentors, I go up to him, and I had a lot of people producing real good. There was this one person, there was a girl, who just was not grateful, and I was complaining about her. You know what, man? Because I was frustrated. He says, JC, let me ask you something. And this is him mentoring me. As soon as he said that, I knew, oh, here it comes. And he says, do you ever hear me talking about the people that don't, meaning the people that don't produce? I was like, no. He's like, exactly. Who do I talk about? The ones who produce. He says, I talk about you, don't I? I talk about so-and-so, don't I? Talk about so-and-so, don't I? Yeah. I don't talk, give energy, or attention to those that don't. There's always going to be, as a matter of fact, there's going to be more of those. I focus on the ones that do. Why are you talking to me about her when you can talk to me about so-and-so who's producing? So-and-so who's producing. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. So do not dwell on those, on your shortcomings. Do not focus your attention on people that are not, cutting it. On situations and circumstances that, that are not, what you want. The creative power within us, okay, we talked about that. So do not waste your time on shortcomings. Thinking in a certain way. You must form a clear and definite mental picture of what you want. You cannot transmit an idea unless you have it yourself. Make believe that you are, for instance, a radio station, and infinite intelligence is a radio. What is it going to receive from you? What are you transmitting? So like a radio, our thoughts, our emotions are sending out frequencies. You can't see them, but they're there. So as you see that it's going, what are you transmitting? Positive, happy, excitement, bliss. So we talked about, for instance, being depressed is worse than being super angry, right? Feeling bliss, complete happiness. All of that starts attracting more. Feeling happy, yeah, I'm happy, that's good. But then there's a state of bliss, exuberance, just amazing. The happier you feel and the happier you make other people feel, you start to get that back, but you've got to make it a habit. And your thoughts are things. In the book, the Think and Grow, it says thoughts are things. Anything you create. So for instance, this office, when we got it, it had that wall extended all the way over here, and it had a wall all the way to here. So you go into the restroom. And there was two or three more small offices where all of these people are. So, and from there to over here, all of this was all offices. So when I came in here, I said, okay, for what I want, for what we use this for, wasn't this the way it is, a thought in my mind?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before it became the physical, didn't it? Mm-hmm. So I said, I just want that office. That office was just one office. I put that wall in between. A gal remembers.
Yeah.
Was it decorated like this?
No.
No. The colors were like this. What else didn't we have in here?
The TVs or the board?
Exactly. What about these chairs?
Nope.
We had those little white foldable chairs that, trust me, they make a bunch of noise and they're dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Trust me, man. But in the beginning, we said, we just got the office. We had the little simple white chairs. Here's a funny thing, man. I rented those chairs. I was paying every month for those chairs. I said, you know what, man? It's cheap, but it's adding up. I could have bought my chairs by now. So I started thinking, I'm going to find some good chairs, and I need to find a good deal on it. I was looking on Craigslist, and I knew without a shadow of a doubt I was going to find a good deal. One of my friends has an office in Moreno Valley, network marketing office, bigger than this. Had like 200 chairs. Those chairs you're sitting on. I'm looking at, then one day we're having lunch. I bought some gold from him. He has a gold business. I bought some gold from him, Martin. I buy some gold from him, and we're talking, and then he mentions that he's selling all the stuff from his office. Really? I said, huh, this is January 1st of last year. That's when I bought a couple ounces of gold, like five ounces of gold from him. And I said, so what do you have? He says, I got some big old TVs. And he says, you know, and computers and stuff like that. I'm like, chairs? He said, yeah, man, I got 200 chairs. Really? You know what? I may know somebody that's probably interested in buying some chairs, which I knew I was. Long story short, he gave me these chairs like 40% cheaper than I could have gotten anywhere, practically brand new. And then these chairs came about. You know what I mean? So we knocked down the walls. Well, I had to cut, the owners knocked down all the walls, created just like I wanted it. We put the chairs. Then I go to some office, and I see it had the colors like that. White, it had glass boards and flat screen TVs on a Saturday. And I said, this office looks nice. I just had a whiteboard, right? A whiteboard and a projector in the middle right there. Okay? And white chairs. And this was all like one tone, like a light blue. That's it. So then I said, okay, I'm going to decorate my office. I told my assistant. She said, when? I said, tomorrow. We're all going to be in my office tomorrow, Sunday. Sure enough, we're in the office Sunday painting. And then shortly after that, I found the chairs, right? Sunday, I went to buy the TVs, not on credit. I ordered this and the one in my office. And then I said, matter of fact, I want to keep that office for you to sign people up, so let's put a wall between that. One of the guys on my team does that, Arturo. Mm-hmm. He put the wall in there, and I said, on that wall in my office, I'm going to draw a Batman. Mm-hmm. And there's a video on my Instagram where I'm drawing the Batman myself. And then I put the glass board over it. Why? Because I visualized it exactly how I wanted it, and I took action. See, by thought, these chairs were brought to me. The office, the way I wanted it designed, was brought to me. By action, we took action when? Right away, the next day. The next day, we were there. I made a decision. Champions act now. There is no tomorrow to champions. Anybody ever seen Rocky 3? When he's running with Apollo, after he gets knocked out and he's going to rematch, what's his name? Clubber Lang? Mr. T, right? When he's going to rematch him, he's training, right? And Clubber's in his head. And then he's not working out. Like Apollo's running, they're both running the beach, and then Apollo beats him. And Rocky stops. And then he goes, what the hell's wrong with you? And Rocky's like, tomorrow. And then Apollo screams at him and says, there is no tomorrow. And you hear that echo, there is no tomorrow, there is no tomorrow. And then finally, eventually, he starts working on it and beats up the guy, right? The point is that to champions, their mindset is action, law of attraction, action. To take action. By thought, it is brought to us, and by action, we receive it. Procrastination is what most people do, and procrastination is a cornerstone of poverty. You want to be great? Be great. What does Eric Thomas say? He says, be great or be what? Forgotten. Be great or be forgotten. Be great or be like the rest. You wouldn't be here if you didn't want to be great. You think that an average person would show up to a thing like this, pay 40 bucks? Oh. On a Saturday morning? No. How was it going to get filled up? I don't know. I just know it is. We turned away a lot of people. There's people that paid for a ticket last minute couldn't come. And look, every chair's taken. We even got the stools up. You know what I mean? If we had a room full of 200 people, we put 200 people in this. I guarantee it. But we want to do it with a select group of people, and then from here we're going to grow. Okay, guys? So, does that make sense, though?
Yep.
Do not describe what you see. You do not describe what you see. You see what you describe. See, here's what a broke person says. A non-successful person says, I have to see in order to believe. Successful people know. They know. I have to believe. Then I will see. That's the difference. Once again, where's it coming from? How are you going to make 20 grand a month, 100,000 a month? Doesn't matter. I got the vehicle. And if I don't have the vehicle, meaning the right business, I will find the right business. See, it's not up to me how it's going to happen. All I know is that it's going to happen. So watch this, guys. Thinking in a certain way. Remember, the conscious mind, there's a part of your mind that's a conscious mind. You get to choose, accept or reject with the conscious mind. That's when thoughts enter your mind and you believe or you don't believe. It's like that hater friend. No, it's not true. You live with your mom. That ain't your car, that's your mama's car. Right? That actually happened to me. Somebody told somebody, and that's your mom's Mustang. Yeah, right? So with your conscious mind, thoughts enter, but you question them. Oh man, I want to achieve this. Then the doubts enter your mind why you cannot achieve the thing. It's like you got a little enemy up there. But you also got somebody that's on your side. The person that's on your side is a subconscious mind. So think of thoughts and ideas and images. Thoughts, ideas, and images enter your conscious mind. And as you put these thoughts, images, and ideas in your conscious mind, it's like they start up there and then they sink to the bottom. The bottom is a what?
Subconscious.
Subconscious. But here's the thing. Your conscious mind can choose. And you can say, nah, you're not going to make that kind of money. How can you make it? You're not this. You're not that. Whatever. But your subconscious mind, everybody repeat after me, must accept.
Must accept.
Everybody say, cannot reject.
Cannot reject.
And cannot determine the difference between which is real and which is imagined. Imagine if what I'm telling you is true. So here's what happens. Your subconscious mind is infinitely is a key word. Your subconscious mind is infinitely stronger than your conscious mind. It's infinitely more powerful than your conscious mind. So you can tell yourself all you want, blah, 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 not true. But I am a champion. I am a millionaire. I'm so happy and grateful. You feel good. Imagine like you feel good. Like when I was singing, imagine like imagine you see the vibration. You see them go crazy. You guys saw that I felt good, right? You could tell that wasn't faked. So they're entering into your conscious mind. They're going down. But here's what most people don't do. They don't say to themselves, I'm a champion, I'm a millionaire. I'm a mentor. How many of you guys would like to be a mentor to many people eventually? Say it then. Declare it. Call it into the existence. Dream, declare, deliver. Call it into existence. You have a dream? Okay, great. Declare it. Declare it as yours. Feel grateful for it now. And the universe is going to deliver. Your subconscious mind is going to deliver it. When you start knowing these principles. Okay? So, you start, I am a mentor. I am a millionaire. I inspire people. I'm a leader. I'm a winner. I am positive energy. Money comes easily and frequently. Every time in increasing quantities and from different streams. I find creative ways to bring value to people. And the money that I make is a direct result of the value that I provide to the masses. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
And your subconscious mind has to accept it and believe it. And your subconscious mind finds the safest, fastest ways to deliver those things to you. It'll move places, things, and circumstances for those things to be brought into your life. All of a sudden, you'll see somebody like, how in the world did I bump into this person? Like, let's say you're in a network marketing business or you sell real estate. And then, you leave, let's say, for instance, you go to Starbucks. You leave your wallet at the counter. You leave, you get to your office, you realize, oh my God, I left it at the counter. And you go back. You go back, you get it back, and then there's a guy right there. And that guy, you're like, oh my God, you get your wallet. Dude, I left my wallet here. I got to my office and you realize I'm so happy that I still got my wallet. And you meet a guy, let's say you're a realtor, and then that guy says, oh man, you got lucky, man. What do you do, by the way? I'm a realtor. Hey, I'm looking to buy a house. He buys a $2 million house. But if it wasn't for that thing that happened, that by law he was put in your way for a reason, out of your control, all of a sudden, boom, you got that deal. Or you recruit somebody in your network marketing business that just blows it out of the water because you met them. That's called, we call that a blessing in disguise. See, think about that. You would have left your wallet there. Oh man, that sucks. How many of you guys have ever had a blessing in disguise? That's why you should always be grateful for them. You know how you create more blessings in disguise? Find reasons to be grateful. Even when negative things happen, you realize, no wonder. See, imagine if you did leave your wallet there and you're over there and then you realize, oh, damn it. Some people could have been like, oh, worried, mad at themselves, beating themselves up like their worst enemy. They don't even know if when they get there they're going to find it. What if they find it? Right? But instead, you're like, you know what? It's cool, man. I'm going to find it, and you don't let your emotions get the better of you. You get there, you find it, then, even more reason to feel grateful for. Everything happens for a reason, no matter what. No matter what, everything happens for a reason. For instance, that day that I took a vacation when the CHP pulled me over, maybe they pulled me over because something worse on the way home would have happened to me. You guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all good. Hakuna Matata. Remember that? It means no worries. So the thoughts, ideas, and images go into your conscious mind and into your subconscious mind, which creates paradigms. Paradigms are a multitude of habits. They're the habits that we create over time because of the thoughts and the way we were raised, our culture, our religious beliefs, and all these things, they create them. The images, the things that you see. Remember, a child, as a baby, they're just this part. Because they don't have a conscious mind to think. You know what I mean? I put my hand in front of my son, now he's going and grabbing, but in the beginning, it's like he didn't know how to do that. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's just all subconscious. So, see, the conscious mind works to most people as their enemy. No, you can't achieve that. So then, but you control what goes into your conscious and your subconscious. But since most people don't know that, all they do is put negative in and get negative out. But you could choose from now on to think about what you're thinking about and put positive in, positive out. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. Thinking in a certain way. Spend as much of your leisure time as you can in the contemplation of your picture, your thoughts, the things you want. But no one needs to take exercise in concentrating his mind on the thing which he really wants. It is the things that you do not really care about which require effort to fix your attention upon them. So it says, pretty much what it's saying is that it should be effortless. If you want it bad enough, identify what you want bad enough, and it should be effortless for you to, contemplate. Spend your leisure hours contemplating that picture that you want. Don't visualize yourself with a lot of money. rather the lifestyle that the money will afford you. That'll be easier. See, a lot of people think, oh, let's say 100,000, right? People think that they gotta visualize themselves like they visualize maybe 100,000 and stuff like that. Here's a little tip, which is there. Visualize yourself as what kind of life would those $100,000 give you. Like if you were making $100,000 a year or a month, whatever, what kind of life would it give you? That'll make it a lot easier than, or like, let's say you want $1 million, $1 million a year. People, a lot of people do the exercise, and they think $1 million and they don't know what kind of images to put in their mind. Does that make sense, guys?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Instead, put the images of what you would do with that money. Would you carry like $2,000, $3,000 in your pocket cash?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Would you, which I don't really recommend, even though I do sometimes, but I don't recommend it. But what kind of car would you drive? Where would you take vacations to? Like, but in detail though, a lot of things. Your house, would it have a fireplace, a jacuzzi? Would you have a pool? What would your Sundays at your house be like? Would you host parties at your house?
Mm-hmm.
If you love watching boxing or UFC fights or football games, would you host those things at your house? Who would be there? Would you order pizza? Would you cook? Would you do a barbecue? Does that make sense, guys? So visualize the life that money will make you. That's easier. Okay, that's a little tip that's actually a big tip. See the things that you want as if they are actually around you all the time. See yourself owning and using them. Number 9, how to use a will. Now, how to use a will, and how to use a will, the next chapter is further use of the will. I kind of put everything in number 9. So number 10, we're just kind of going to go over it because it's the same thing, we just put it on number 9. So, how to use a will. To set about getting rich scientifically, you do not have to apply your willpower to anything outside of yourself, like on another person. It says, it is wrong to apply your will to other men and women in order to get them to do what you wish to be done. So meaning, like persuade people to do things that they don't want to do. Persuade yourself. Does that make sense? Use your will on yourself, not on other people. It says it is flagrantly wrong to do that. You are only to use the will on yourself. Substance is friendly to you, and is more anxious to give to you what you want than you are to get it. To get rich, you need to get rich, you need only to use your willpower upon yourself. When riches begin to come to you, they'll come so fast and so furious that you'll wonder where they've been hiding all these years. So the will. For instance, there's a book out there that I won't mention the name, but it's actually a great book, but it's actually a book that in the wrong hands, it's not a good book. So I don't mention it really too often in public. The point is this, that book teaches people who really study it how to use their will upon people, how to gain power over people, how to not just persuade. What's another word for persuade? But convince. There's another one like that.
Manipulate.
Manipulate. Manipulate is what I'm looking for. To manipulate other people to their way of thinking. But see, it could also be used for good. It's a controversial book. And so, anyways, what it's talking about here is that you are not to use your will on nobody else, to manipulate nobody else to do the things that you want. You are to use it on yourself. You are to impress, increase on other people that they want to do it for themselves, but not you manipulate or use a will on anybody else. Doubt or unbelief is as certain to start a movement away from you as faith and purpose is to start it toward you. That's key. We've said this a lot of times in different ways, and I think the reason why we put it like that so many times is so we get it from different ways. So some people understand it more like this than another way. Doubt and unbelief is as certain to start a movement away from you as faith and purpose is to start one towards you. If you want to become rich, you must not make a study of poverty. Things are not brought to their being by thinking of their opposites. Health is never to be attained by studying disease and thinking about disease. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. When you think about growth, study health, study money, not poverty. I want to get rich. Let me focus on poverty and see what causes poverty. No, see what causes riches. Oh, well, I want to study poverty because I want to see what not to do. That's dumb. Why don't you just study riches to see what you do have to do?
Yeah.
See that? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, both of them kind of make sense. Oh, I get it. You want to study poverty so you see what not to do. It kind of makes sense. But see, what I go by is just what Bill Gates read before he started Microsoft. And was created a lot of millionaires. So I don't fight it because I didn't create it. All I did is I'm a great copycat. What tends to do away with poverty is not getting pictures of poverty into your mind, but getting pictures of wealth into the minds of the poor. And teaching them how to do things in a certain way. Remember, we skipped 10 because it was how to use the will and then further use of the will. I just put both of them there. Number 11, acting in a certain way means walking in the direction of your vision. So by thought, you can cause the gold in the hearts of the mountains to be impelled towards you. By thought, the thing that you want is brought to you. By action, you'll receive it. I've said that many times today. Whatever your action is to be, it is evident that you must act now. So acting in a certain way, summed up, means taking action when?
Now.
Now. T-N-T. What is that? Today, not tomorrow. Winners take action. There's something called the WIN formula. It's a training called the WIN formula. I'm going to go through it very simple. It's one of my favorites, short. WIN formula. The W stands for willing. You've got to be willing. The willing goes hand in hand with the teachability index. Remember the teachability index? Your willingness to learn versus your willingness to change. You've got to be willing to what? To learn, to change, to apply, to do what you're told to do what you're learning. You've got to be willing. How willing are you? The I in win stands for two things. Number one is initiative. A winner takes the initiative. They act now. Whatever action is to be, it is evident that you must act now. See, when I went and I wanted my office that way, I said, we're going to remodel my office. When? Right away. We're going to start today. That day we went to shop for the colors and see what colors we're going to get. The next day we were in here painting and putting tape everywhere and taking action now. It's done. I'm starting a clothing brand. Over the holiday I said, I'm going to start a clothing brand. I'm going to start with a simple t-shirt. We already got the design done. I'm going to have the t-shirts ready by tomorrow. And it's going to be a clothing brand like nothing I've ever seen. Where I'm going to have a YouTube channel, I'm going to have pages, but it's going to be a clothing brand design to give people motivational and inspirational and personal development messages every week. So every week I'll be a new video on the YouTube channel and the videos. It's going to have the name on it, and on the back it's going to have a hashtag and the name, like right here. So everybody's going to hashtag it, which is a smart thing to do, right? I've got friends and fighters that are already going to wear it, that have got thousands of followers on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff. I'm going to wear it in my videos. It's going to be something that's going to appeal to the masses. I had that thought